As part of our 50th anniversary, Luck will be sharing stories from staff, consumers, and stakeholders throughout this year. Our second installment features a conversation between Board President Ryan McGuane and Board Member Nehcole Felix.
Can you tell me how you ended up on the board at Luck?
Yeah, sure, Ryan. So a friend of mine that I went to high school with was the president of the board, aka you. And I was new back to town after having lived away for a while and wanting to be closer to family. So I was here, I was starting my own business, and we happened to run into each other. And you go, hey, I'm on this board, and I think it would be great. We're just considering how our board can be more representative of the people that we represent. And I was like, that's so cool. One, because I have no idea about public health. I'm totally new to it. Another thing was that I wanted to be more involved in the community, but I didn't quite know how to do that. Again, being kind of new to anything public and, kind of volunteering my time. And it just sounded like a great opportunity at the time. And it was a really quick process. I got to meet with the CEO, and she was great and asked me questions, and it was like a no-brainer. And you're coming up on 10 years, aren't you?
I am coming up on 10 years. I am. Yeah. And
That's amazing.
It's been an amazing ride. I've learned a lot professionally. It's given me so many different opportunities to learn about how nonprofits operate. Yes. And the services that are needed throughout the community. It is really important.
That's been the same for me. It's just been incredible how much, I guess I'll spin it back towards me, how much I didn't know about how all of this works, all the moving pieces, not just what you're doing inside the organization, but the outside agencies that you have to answer to and the auditing, and it's just so intense, and everyone's always smiling and so nice. How do you do it?
Well, and then I think, Nehcole, you and I we grew up together.
Yeah.
I mean, we go back a long ways. I mean, back to middle school, really.
Legit.
And, right. And, I can't believe how many times I've been out there in the community talking to people that we grew up with. And they were like, oh my God, I was a Luck kid. Oh, I had services from there when I was growing up. And
I completely agree.
And you knew that they had some challenges that they were dealing with growing up. And, but then we didn't know. We didn't know how important these services were and how much of an impact that these types of organizations have on the communities that are all around us.
Absolutely.
So, Nehcole, what would you give? How would you give advice to new board members when they're first looking at joining a nonprofit board, or if they just want to be involved in the community? What type of advice would you give them?
I would give them the advice to go in like a sponge. Just go in and absorb. The idea that you're going to be able to go into an organization at all, but an organization like Luck, and feel like you just have a hold on the situation is not realistic. Go in there, ask questions, take notes, be curious, because there's just so much, and you don't realize how much you can help by asking a question. What would be like a piece of advice you would give to a future board member looking at what you've seen over the last 10 years and the new?
Right. I think it's just take the step. And I like to use the analogy that you take the first step with faith that it's going to work out. And it might be scary, it might be uncomfortable, but if you just take the step and get involved with a nonprofit, get involved with Luck, volunteer some time, and don't be scared to take some leadership role.